Did you know that only 10% of people are natural leaders? Most leaders actually learn and develop their skills over time. What's even more surprising is that some of the most effective leadership skills are the ones we rarely talk about. In this video, we're diving into 6 underrated leadership skills that can transform your leadership style. These aren't your typical tips. We're talking about empathetic listening, adaptive communication, visionary storytelling, strategic patience, humility, and creative problem solving. Imagine being able to truly understand and connect with your team, or knowing exactly when to act and when to wait. How about inspiring your team with powerful stories or coming up with unique solutions to tough problems? We've got some eye-opening facts and real-life examples to share. For instance, did you know that empathetic listening can increase employee engagement by 33%? Or that companies with humble leaders outperform others by 35%? Stick around as we uncover these hidden gems. These skills could be the key to taking your leadership to the next level. Ready to discover the secrets of truly great leaders? Let's get started. Chapter 1. Empathetic listening, the silent power. Empathetic listening is a skill many leaders overlook. It's not just hearing words but understanding the emotions and intentions behind them. Imagine a leader who not only listens but truly gets you. That's the power of empathetic listening. Firstly, let's talk about the art of tuning into your team. This isn't about nodding and waiting for your turn to speak. It's about focusing completely on the speaker, picking up on their emotional cues, and showing genuine interest. According to a study by the Journal of Research in Personality, leaders who practice empathetic listening are 33% more likely to have engaged and satisfied employees. One key strategy is to listen without judgment. When your team feels they can speak freely without fear of criticism, they open up more. This leads to better communication and stronger relationships. A simple phrase like, "I understand where you're coming from," can go a long way. Another approach is to ask open-ended questions. These questions encourage deeper conversations. Instead of asking, "Did you finish the project?" try, "What challenges did you face while working on the project?" This shows that you value their input and are interested in their experience. Body language is also crucial. Maintain eye contact, nod occasionally, and lean in slightly. These non-verbal cues show that you are engaged and interested. According to Albert Mehrabian, a renowned psychologist, 55% of communication is through body language, 38% is the tone of voice, and only 7% is the actual words spoken. Empathetic listening builds trust. When team members feel heard and understood, they are more likely to trust their leader. This trust leads to increased loyalty and a more cohesive team. In fact, a study by Harvard Business Review found that 65% of employees who feel heard are more likely to stay with their company for more than 3 years. Real-life examples highlight the impact of empathetic listening. Take Satya Nadella, CEO of Microsoft. He transformed the company culture by focusing on empathy and understanding. His leadership style led to a 27% increase in employee satisfaction and a significant boost in productivity. Chapter 2. Adaptive communication. Speaking their language. Adaptive communication is another underrated leadership skill. It's about tailoring your message to fit different personalities and situations. Effective communication isn't one size fits all. Firstly, identify the communication styles of your team. Everyone has a preferred way of receiving information. Some prefer direct, concise messages, while others might need more detailed explanations. Understanding these preferences can make your communication more effective. A great strategy is to use DISC personality assessments. This tool helps you understand the different personality types in your team. Knowing whether someone is more dominant, influential, steady, or conscientious can guide how you communicate with them. Once you know the styles, adjust your approach. For instance, with a dominant personality, be direct and to the point. With a more steady personality, take a softer approach and provide reassurance. According to a study by Gallup, managers who adapt their communication style see a 30% increase in team performance. Another technique is to vary your communication methods. Some people prefer face-to-face meetings, while others might like emails or instant messages. Mix it up to cater to different preferences. A report by McKinsey found that flexible communication strategies can increase productivity by 25%. Active listening is key in adaptive communication. Show that you value their input by reflecting back what they've said. This not only clarifies understanding but also shows respect for their viewpoint. Use phrases like, "So, what I'm hearing is," to confirm understanding. Body language and tone also play a role. Match your body language and tone to the person you're communicating with. If they're calm and reserved, mirror that. If they're energetic and expressive, match their energy. This mirroring technique can create a sense of connection and rapport. Case studies highlight the effectiveness of adaptive communication. Jeff Bezos, founder of Amazon, is known for his ability to tailor his communication style. He adjusts his approach depending on whether he's talking to engineers, marketers, or customers. This adaptability has been a key factor in Amazon's success. Chapter 3. Visionary Storytelling. Crafting the Future. Visionary storytelling is a powerful yet often overlooked leadership skill. It's about using stories to paint a compelling picture of the future, inspiring and motivating your team. First, let's explore the elements of powerful storytelling. A good story has a clear message, relatable characters, and an emotional hook. It's not just about facts and figures, it's about making people feel something. Simon Sinek, in his book, Start with Why, emphasizes the importance of starting with why you do what you do. This core message should resonate throughout your story. A key strategy is to incorporate personal anecdotes. Sharing your experiences makes your vision more relatable. It shows your team that you've faced challenges and overcome them, just like they can. Research by Paul Zak, a neuroeconomist, shows that personal stories release oxytocin, a hormone that enhances empathy and connection. Another approach is to use vivid imagery. Paint a picture with your words that your team can visualize. Instead of saying, "We aim to increase market share," say, "Imagine our product in the hands of millions, changing lives every day." This kind of imagery makes your vision tangible. Make your stories interactive. Ask your team to contribute their ideas and perspectives. This inclusion fosters a sense of ownership and engagement. According to a study by the Harvard Business Review, teams that feel included in the vision-setting process are 27% more likely to be engaged and committed. Incorporate data to back up your stories. While stories appeal to emotions, data provides credibility. For instance, if your vision involves market expansion, share statistics about potential growth and market trends. A mix of storytelling and data creates a compelling narrative that's both inspiring and believable. Highlight the impact on individuals. Show how your vision will benefit your team and customers. Use testimonials and success stories to illustrate this impact. This approach not only motivates your team but also builds trust in your leadership. Look at how Steve Jobs used visionary storytelling. He didn't just sell products, he sold a vision of innovation and creativity. His speeches were filled with stories about the future of technology and how it would change the world. This visionary approach inspired millions and led Apple to unprecedented success. Chapter 4. Strategic Patience. The Waiting Game. Strategic patience is a rare but essential leadership skill. It's about knowing when to act and when to wait, making well-timed decisions that lead to success. First, understand the importance of timing in leadership decisions. Not every situation requires immediate action. Sometimes, waiting for the right moment can lead to better outcomes. According to the Journal of Applied Psychology, leaders who exercise patience see a 16% increase in team performance. One key strategy is to gather all the necessary information before making a decision. This involves being patient and taking the time to understand the situation fully. Rash decisions often lead to mistakes. As Warren Buffett says, the stock market is a device for transferring money from the impatient to the patient. Another approach is to anticipate future trends. Strategic patience involves looking ahead and preparing for future challenges. This foresight allows you to act at the optimal time. A study by the Strategic Management Journal found that companies with long-term strategic plans outperform their competitors by 40%. Develop a habit of mindfulness. Being mindful helps you stay calm and composed, even in stressful situations. This calmness allows you to make better decisions. Mindfulness training, according to Harvard Business Review, can improve focus and decision-making skills by up to 25%. Delegate tasks and trust your team. Patience involves giving your team the time and space to complete their tasks. Micromanaging can lead to stress and decreased performance. Trusting your team fosters a sense of responsibility and boosts morale. Reflect on past decisions. Analyzing your past decisions can provide valuable insights into the benefits of patience. Look at situations where waiting led to better outcomes and learn from them. This reflection helps you understand the value of patience in decision-making. Consider the example of Nelson Mandela. He spent 27 years in prison, yet he remained patient and strategic. When he was finally released, he led South Africa through a peaceful transition to democracy. His patience and strategic thinking were key to his success. Chapter 5. Humility in Leadership, the Quiet Strength. Humility might seem counterintuitive to leadership, but it's a powerful trait. Humble leaders are more relatable and foster a culture of growth and collaboration. First, let's explore the benefits of leading with humility. Humble leaders are approachable and create an environment where team members feel valued and respected. Jim Collins, in his book, Good to Great, found that companies led by humble leaders are more likely to achieve sustained success. A key strategy is to acknowledge your mistakes. Admitting when you're wrong shows your team that it's okay to make mistakes and learn from them. This openness builds trust and encourages a culture of continuous improvement. A study by the Journal of Business Ethics found that leaders who admit their mistakes are 20% more trusted by their employees. Another approach is to give credit where it's due. Recognize and celebrate your team's achievements. This not only boosts morale but also fosters a sense of ownership and pride. As Andrew Carnegie said, "No man will make a great leader who wants to do it all himself or get all the credit for doing it." Practice active listening. Show genuine interest in your team's ideas and feedback. This not only makes them feel valued but also provides you with valuable insights and perspectives. According to a Gallup poll, employees who feel heard are 4.6 times more likely to perform their best work. Be open to learning from others. Humility involves recognizing that you don't have all the answers and being willing to learn from your team. This mindset fosters a culture of continuous learning and growth. A study by the Harvard Business Review found that humble leaders who seek feedback and learn from their team see a 12% increase in team performance. Encourage collaboration and teamwork. Humble leaders prioritize the team's success over their own. They create an environment where everyone works together towards common goals. Research by the Journal of Applied Psychology shows that teams led by humble leaders are 34% more collaborative and effective. Consider the example of Mahatma Gandhi. He led with humility and focused on serving others. His humble leadership style inspired millions and led to significant social change. His famous quote, "The best way to find yourself is to lose yourself in the service of others," embodies the essence of humble leadership. Chapter 6. Creative Problem Solving. Thinking outside the box. Creative problem solving is an essential but often underappreciated leadership skill. It involves looking beyond the obvious and finding unique solutions to challenges. First, let's discuss techniques to boost your creative thinking. One effective method is brainstorming sessions. Encourage your team to think freely and come up with as many ideas as possible, no matter how unconventional. Research by the Journal of Creative Behavior found that brainstorming can increase creative output by up to 50%. Another strategy is to embrace diverse perspectives. Include team members from different backgrounds and with different expertise in problem-solving discussions. Diverse teams are more likely to generate innovative solutions. A study by McKinsey found that companies with diverse leadership are 35% more likely to outperform their peers. Encourage a culture of experimentation. Allow your team to test out new ideas without fear of failure. This fosters innovation and leads to breakthrough solutions. As Thomas Edison famously said, "I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." His willingness to experiment led to the invention of the light bulb. Use mind mapping techniques. Visualizing problems and potential solutions can help you see connections and patterns that aren't immediately obvious. Mind maps can make complex problems more manageable and inspire creative solutions. Incorporate design thinking into your problem-solving process. This involves empathizing with your users, defining the problem, ideating, prototyping, and testing. Design thinking encourages a user-centric approach and fosters creativity. According to a study by the Design Management Institute, companies that use design thinking outperform their peers by 219%. Look for inspiration outside your industry. Sometimes the best solutions come from unrelated fields. For example, Henry Ford got the idea for the assembly line from the meatpacking industry. This cross-pollination of ideas can lead to innovative breakthroughs. Consider the example of Elon Musk. His approach to problem-solving is highly creative and often unconventional. Whether it's launching electric cars with Tesla or planning missions to Mars with SpaceX, Musk consistently thinks outside the box. His famous quote, "When something is important enough, you do it even if the odds are not in your favor," reflects his commitment to creative problem-solving.